Retro Requiem.
Hello, and today is April 26th, and this is our weekly news and review. I am Brian Perry, and with me today, Devin Ayala.
What's up, guys?
And Dean Yankowski.
Hello, everyone.
And not Andrew Wagner, which makes this that much better.
He's here in spirit, dancing.
Because you broke his streak, you're now the highest attendance guy here.
Yeah. Woo!
I wasn't here one time, and I felt bad for it, because I could have went, but I didn't.
You know what? I missed you that time.
I know.
Now that Andrew's going, I just feel so,
Relieved.
You know what
so
I noticed?
fresh, so
that was the
new.
last
You're a
time you
terrible
called me
person.
Devin the Stag Ayala. That was the last time. That's when I lost my title. So, that's when I lost it.
You want to restart? I can call you Devin Stag Ayala.
No.
Nah, everybody
Yeah.
else doesn't have nicknames. I don't want to be that guy.
Man, it's too late anyways. Okay. First on our news. Anticipation is building. Yeah. You guys want to hear this news, don't you?
Oh, of course.
Yes, put it in me.
Naughty Dog's art director, Nate Wells, has left the company for the small studio Giant Sparrow, who is best known for making The Unfinished Swan. This is the third departure of a significant member of Naughty Dog's staff, following the departure of Amy Hennig and Justin Richmond, who are both working on Uncharted 4. Hennig has joined Visceral Arts' Star Wars project at EA, and Richmond has left the studio for Riot Games, who makes League of Legends. To combat this, writer/actor, he was the guy who was playing the main villain and who did the voiceover for the trailer in Uncharted 4. Todd Stashwick, which is his real name, I didn't make that up, is no longer involved in Uncharted 4, and his role has been recast. He has been involved in the game for at least 6 months, so he's done work on this project. They already started it.
Yeah.
Visceral Games hired Stashwick as co-writer on the new Star Wars game, which Amy Hennig left for. So basically, Amy Hennig snatched him up after he was recast. Guys, you guys concerned about Naughty Dog now?
I think there's a lot of people out there. A lot of people got laid off recently, and they could fill these positions in easily with all the talent out there that just got put out with no jobs.
Yeah, but you think it might be, if it gets pushed back, it might kind of end up being a little bit of a hodgepodge game, with the first half being different and then the second half, the two halves being different, even if it's not noticeably, or just the voice actor not being as good or anything.
Well, that's true.
It's not bad, but it could easily be very bad.
Like, you think, us gamers will be able to feel the change in content?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, is you won't know until you get the product, but, I mean, Naughty Dog's a good enough developer that I don't think that it will affect it majorly.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like Duke Nukem Forever, where it's like, you can see the
just
generations
disgusting,
of gaming on through, but it might, depending on how much they're willing to go back and fix for what happened, it might be noticeable.
I think they're gonna push this game back, and I think they're gonna restart it, reboot it,
They
and
have to.
start
6 months.
Yeah, start from scratch, because these guys who have left are big heads of the project, so they had their own creative direction that they wanted to go.
And that's honestly the best choice.
Yeah.
If they try to continue with it, I feel like you will notice it, definitely.
Honestly, I said a few weeks ago, I think something's up with Naughty Dog, and I still something's up with Naughty Dog that people keep on leaving.
I can't imagine why you'd leave Naughty Dog.
There must be an internal conflict or something.
They must be
I don't know.
They must be working them hard. The people. You remember LA New York, that whole thing?
Yeah.
They were working their off, straight sleeping under the desk type thing. They're probably doing that for them. Next gen, the first next gen Naughty Dog game, they're probably working them hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
I don't know.
I think Naughty Dog at this point, if they keep on losing people, would either break up or they would.
I mean, they're already broken up because they didn't.
Well, kind of, but or they would become like Infinity Ward, where they get new people in, and as good as those new people might be from whatever the they're doing, they're not Naughty Dog good at the end of the day. Because Naughty Dog is on a different level.
I mean, when Infinity Ward brought in Treyarch did their thing, and they did it just as good.
And we have a special voice today, our own Peter Patton.
When it comes to Naughty Dog, I'm going to say this. They're a company with hundreds and hundreds of people. These are some key people they're losing. But, I mean, if they can get good people back, they're not going to shut down just because they lose a handful of people.
But we're talking about the heads of the company. So, if you have hundreds of people that are talented, that's fine.
But
he's
he's right. Because if you
lost your head of two projects, I don't know. I think it's a big deal.
If you take a few bricks out of a building, the building's not going to fall.
I mean, it's going to hurt them, definitely, because, an art director is a big deal, and you have two heads of projects. But as long as they can find people to replace those roles, because I mean, there's other people's in those projects that they could definitely find to go and lead those. An art director, on the other hand, might be. I mean, unless they have some people in there that they think they can bump up, they might need to get someone on the outside for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is definitely a blow to them, but it's not gonna be a fatal one. You know, this is a gut punch to them. Real quick.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
It all depends on why they're leaving, really.
Yeah.
Because if they're leaving for a significant reason, then that could easily cause an entire schism in their company.
That is true. If there is like someone in like the top who's just like making everyone just want to leave.
Because it only takes one person to say, screw this, I'm going to go create my own company. Everyone who wants to come is welcome. And then you lose 80% of your company to this guy.
That's what happened with Activision. They lost, 2 big people, who worked on Call of Duty. And then, now they put out Titanfall.
Yeah.
But then I heard that, they even had problems, and the 2 people who, went off of that, they had problems amongst themselves.
Yeah, I think it's not actually the departures that I'm worried about. It's a trend. Every time we have news and review, somebody else left Naughty Dog.
That is very true.
And like it's all been week after week, it's so consistent.
I think what Peter's saying is right. Naughty Dog's this real big thing, and everybody's like, well, this game was great because of me. And it's like, no, this game was great because of me. Well, you know what? I'm going to go out and make my own game. That's basically what's going on, what it seems like. And then everybody else says, well, if he did it, I can too. And like the art director is like, yeah, if it wasn't for me, there would be no face of Naughty Dog. There would be no Drake.
Well, that's because everyone thinks that they do everything.
Yeah.
Well,
that's hopefully what's going on.
Okay. Ray Fisher. Can you guys tell me who Ray Fisher is?
He played Muhammad Ali.
Oh my God! Your actor trivia is out the roof, Devin.
Of course.
Ask me about my wiener.
God.
I'm kidding.
Ray Fisher has been cast as Cyborg in Batman vs. Superman. According to a report, quote, Victor Stone, or Cyborg as he's known as, while not a major part in the Batman Superman feature, is a member of the Justice League, and the role will become much more significant as Warner and DC develop more films related to the Justice League universe. Guys, what are your thoughts on this casting?
I wish that the casting was that we canceled this movie. That's what I wish this casting was, Brian.
That would be casting. You can't.
Shut up, Brian.
If they wanted to make a Cyborg movie, go ahead and do it. I'm pretty sure it'd be a pretty good movie, depending on who gets the project. But this movie has become a circus. Like, oh, we got this person, we got this person. I wouldn't doubt they put Nightwing or something in there. Mm-hmm. And it's just somebody completely off the wall like that. That's what it is. I mean, you got Ben Affleck. It could work as Batman, but who knows? Mm. Then you got this guy, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Oh,
it's just,
I forgot. No.
It's just it's just a circus, and like I feel like who's doing the movie? Is it Zack Snyder?
Yeah. Who's terrible.
People watched. I mean, he did 300. It was good, but then going back and seeing it a second time.
It was a movie that lacked any sort of depth and was only good for slow-mo killing.
Yeah. When you go back and watch it a second time, you're like, this movie wasn't as good as I thought. And then you watch, what is it, Watchmen, and you watch Sucker Punch, and you watch all his movies, and I don't think he can pull off a Batman v Super, whatever the heck it's called. Batman Superman movie.
Well, let's see. His movies pretty much get worse. 300 is good, and then Watchmen sticks pretty close, but is worse, I think. And then Sucker Punch is terrible.
Man, Superman.
And then Superman is just why.
I actually don't like Superman at all, but I like that movie. But I don't know why. There's a lot of stupid things in that movie, but I liked it because I don't know why I liked it. I like General Zod. He was cool, but
General Zod was the stupidest part of that entire movie.
No, he was not.
I'm just gonna please, Superman, give me the genetic code of our people so I can kill everyone you love and build a society on their skulls.
He's still the dumbest part of that movie.
Yes,
there are much worse parts.
That is the worst part of that whole movie. When he asks him nicely and then tells him that he's gonna kill his entire
because he's like, hey man, I'm basically Raditz in this movie. Me and you were Kryptonians, so let's hang out and kill these motherfuckers.
He never suggested it until then. And even when he didn't ask nicely.
Anyway, General Zod was ratted to that movie.
We don't have
Okay.
time to argue about this.
I think the point is this movie's become really crowded.
Yeah.
Why are they calling it? Okay, why try to pretend it's a Superman sequel, and why call it Batman vs Superman? Wonder Woman's going to be in it. Green Lantern's going to be in it. Flash is going to be in it.
Wait, Green Lantern's in it?
Yes.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
I don't know. It's not going to be. Just call it a Justice League
It should
movie.
be.
And call
Ryan
it
Reynolds.
a
It
day.
wasn't Ryan Reynolds' fault that movie was horrible.
Did they call freaking Thor 2 Thor versus Iron Man, and then put the whole damn Avengers in it? No, they called it Avengers, and
Because
called it a
that's the
day.
only way. Because they're so stupid. They want to make Avengers money, but they don't know how to do it. So they're gonna be like, oh, nobody's gonna watch a movie about all these people.
because they're
so let's
dumb.
just butt them in one film and get the ball rolling. Get this big dung ball. You got the
Whoa.
big dung. Zack Snyder's the dung ball beetle, and he's rolling this.
I just imagine Zack Snyder rolling a giant ball. And it's the perfect. It is the perfect metaphor for this movie.
He's
Oh,
a dung beetle
God.
trying to get it momentum to take off.
That's because
And split into Justice League movies and into many movies to come.
Because they're doing it wrong. They're like doing a weird Justice League movie that's not actually a Justice League movie. Like, you know, the Marvel movies, they actually had, you know, Thor and Iron Man and they had the Hulk,
Captain America?
but then they didn't use him, and they had Captain America, and
Yeah, they did
they
it
did
right.
everything,
They did
and
it
then
right.
they had the Avengers. And
Mhm.
this one is just like, we're gonna have an unofficial Justice League movie in this Superman movie.
And then they're gonna have a Justice League movie afterwards, and then we're gonna be seeing Batman movies with Ben Affleck, and it's gonna be hard. It's just gonna be only Batman. It's only gonna be Batman, but it's gonna be Ben Affleck. And he's like, swear to me. It's like not gonna be right. It's gonna be horrible.
Well, anyone doing that voice is not right, so
I love Christian Bale.
those movies.
No, those movies are great.
The game lineup for PlayStation Plus, the games that people receive every month free, which is amazing.
For free.
I'll say it again. PlayStation Plus is amazing. If you have a PS4, PS3, or PS Vita, and you don't have PlayStation Plus, stop listening to this podcast right now. I'll wait for you to get off. You can't see, but I'm crossing my arms. Get off the podcast.
If you don't have money for games, you should get PlayStation Plus, especially like if let's say you only have a PS3 because you can't afford a PS4 or a Vita. Get PlayStation Plus. It's smart. You get free games every month, and they're really good games.
It's like $50 a year,
And it's worth it.
and you'll get so many free
It's
games.
worth it.
Okay.
But we're not here for that.
Thank you for the money, Sony.
Thank you for the money, Sony. PS4 is getting Stick It to the Man, which is a well-reviewed puzzle game. PS3 is getting Puppeteer, which I'm kind of pissed about because I bought with my money. But it was well-reviewed, a really good game. And Pro Evolution Soccer 2014. I don't know much about it. It looks like a bootleg FIFA, but Dean tells me it might be out longer than FIFA.
I don't know. I know that it's been out for a long time, so
It's been out on Sega.
yeah, that's what I mean is I know that it's from like, you know, PlayStation 1 or earlier era, so it might actually be older than FIFA, but I don't know soccer games.
And PS Vita has Surge Deluxe and Limbo. Let's say you had all these PlayStation consoles. Which of these titles would you guys be most excited about to get for free this month?
I heard a lot of good things about Puppeteer and Limbo. I'm not trying to be a hipster or anything, but both of those games I'd be pretty excited about.
I don't know what Puppeteer is. The only game I really know what it is Limbo. So that game always looked interesting, and you look like you die a lot of horrible ways.
I mean, for me, it would be Puppeteer. I already bought it.
Yeah.
So that's the game I play.
Actually, it's a soccer game because I lack a lot of multiplayer games, and
That's true.
that could be fun. Yeah, it's free. I mean, cool.
It's free. GameStop is closing 120 of its stores and is going to focus more on mobile gaming. The CEO of GameStop is calling this GameStop 3.0 and, quote, a new phase of the company's lifespan that will see it aggressively expand its footprint into a gaming-adjacent tech fields, end quote. What do you guys think of the company's transition?
What was GameStop 2.0? That's what I think.
That's a really good question.
Because it's not
EB Games.
when you said 3.0.
EB Games was version 1.
I guess they bought them out, but did that even exist other places?
What, EB Games?
Yeah.
It's really big in Canada, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually still there. So I
didn't
guess they
know
just
that.
bought out the U.S. rights.
Okay.
But I don't know. I haven't bought anything from a GameStop for like 7 years.
I'm actually
Maybe
gonna.
longer.
A lot of gamers talk on GameStop, And I get it. No matter if you buy a new game, it's still used because they fucking take it out the case.
What are you talking about?
They take the game out the case.
Yeah,
they put the
it's
CD
not
in a
mint
CD
condition.
holder.
Oh, okay.
Is
I
what
know
he's
what you
saying.
mean.
And you could buy it the same day that the game came out. And they take, oh, what game you want? Oh, it just came out today, right? You got the pre-order? Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, we just got those in. Takes a disc out a drawer, puts it in the case, and oh, there you go, new game. It's not new. The plastic's not on it. It's weird.
Do they do that?
Yeah, they do
I
that.
mean, it's still new, but
I thought they gave you the plastic on it when you bought it new. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
But
it depends.
Yeah,
certain things they'll have on the shelf that they'll have a limited number of that you can get. It doesn't matter. It's still new. As long as the disc isn't scratched at all, it's still new to me.
Yeah.
They keep them in the drawers.
But your point is...
My point is, a lot of gamers talk on GameStop, and I actually like GameStop. I don't know why. I think it's just something.
I don't... There's nothing that makes me want to go there. I'll buy everything offline because it's cheaper.
But yeah, it doesn't make you...
I have to wait, but I don't care. I'm not impatient.
It doesn't make you mad at GameStop. It's just, you take the easier route.
Well, that and even to exchange things, I would rather just sell them. You will get literally 500% more just by selling them to people for reasonable prices.
Or going to Just Press Play.
That too.
Actually, their values aren't even that great.
Better than GameStop as far as trade-ins.
Sometimes, okay. Either way, I think what the thing people have getting GameStop is that new games always get crappy trade-in values.
Yeah.
It's sort of just overall the thing. But I think that happens to anyone. I think this is a weird move.
Yeah, mobile gaming, that's weird.
Though, because for mobile gaming, especially, they're trying to focus on Apple products a lot. Are you gonna try?
But how are they gonna make money?
Yeah, are you trying to sell iPhones and iPads now? Anyone who's doing mobile gaming, I feel like isn't going to GameStop.
Yeah,
and they're not gonna go to GameStop.
Maybe GameStop will have a app that you buy games off that app. Maybe GameStop will own games this is a GameStop exclusive mobile game.
So what, PlayStation Plus, where you have GameStop app thing, and then you get games through it? Or...
Yeah, but it's weird if they're...
It
sounds stupid.
It's not
but that's
a horrible idea, but it's just a complete guess.
Yeah, it's okay. What?
That's mad random.
Yeah.
How else could they do this?
Who knows?
Oh, GameStop is gonna only do mobile. I mean, it's concentrating on mobile games. How's that possible if you could just get all your mobile games off of the iStore?
Maybe the devices. Maybe they'll sell iPhones more because they've been selling iPods more and stuff.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm happy about this is hopefully this will mean less exclusive content that you have to buy through GameStop to get. That's the
pre-order something for
That's
GameStop.
the worst stuff. Well, that, and even if most of the stuff they give you is honestly worthless anyway.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks to get it sometimes.
Actually, Walmart started stepping its A game up. You could pre-order and get a lot of good.
Yeah.
Well, you said the crap. The crap you got there, you get it at Walmart now.
A lot of that stuff I don't even get why people want, because most of it's just get this and you win the game. You start the game with this.
I'm talking about
I'm talking about just content. I'm not talking about physical objects.
That's what I'm talking about.
Those things are cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but in-game content...
You're talking about, buy this and get the Gatling gun level 1.
Yeah. Get skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff. No, I know what you mean. Next. HBO has inked an exclusive deal with Amazon Prime, bringing HBO programming to the streaming service. This deal includes every episode of several completed HBO series, including Sopranos, The Wire, Eastbound and Down, and more. New seasons of current shows will become available 3 years after airing. Shows like True Detective and Game of Thrones were left off the press release, so presumably they won't be available. How much more likely are you guys to get Amazon Prime now?
I knew this was going to happen after they released the Amazon box. Because didn't they say HBO was one of the things that were on there? You get an HBO app on your Amazon box.
No, wait, is that the same thing?
That's that thing. It's
a Fire TV.
Fire TV is Amazon, I think. I don't know. That thing's confused because they're partnered with Amazon.
Yeah, they're partnered with Amazon. No, I think it's cool that you'll be able to stream certain HBO stuff, but stop being a yo. Let them stream your stuff.
HBO's always been like that.
Even if you gave them stuff from 1 year ago, that's at least understandable that you're not giving them you give them last year's season while this year's airs.
Yeah, but then they lose out
3
money.
years?
Yeah.
They lose out money on the what do you call it when you buy the seasons, because the seasons it airs and then you buy the seasons a year later.
But it's still the same. It's just like anything else. Anyone that's really gonna buy it, it's not really gonna discourage that many people. You might lose. I won't lie. Of course, you're gonna lose some sales on it, but you're not gonna lose. A
lot. Yeah, people like physical things more.
You might lose 20%, but
I feel like you wouldn't even lose. Like you wouldn't lose 20%. I think what you would lose, you'd make back in your deal.
Yeah, with the people
Amazon,
that are getting who want these better things.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that only watch Walking Dead on Netflix and they still buy the seasons anyway.
No, I think it's really weird. Why 3 years? Like
that's a long time.
Yeah, that is.
By the time 3 years
because
so I'd just be watching season 1 of Game of Thrones like right now.
Yeah,
and it's like at this point it's like, oh, okay.
That's like me. Season 7 of True Blood comes out this summer, June 22nd. 3 years from now, if I'm not gonna buy the seasons, I would have to wait 3 years in order to see it, and that's just pointless.
So right now you're buying it basically to see like The Sopranos, to see The Wire, which would be cool. But like long term, that's not going to keep me there because once I watch The Wire or The Sopranos, I'm going to leave it.
Pretty much. I mean, for all that, you could just buy the box sets and never buy that. You could spend $50. I don't know how much their service costs, but I mean, you could get $50 and get probably all of it. I don't know how much those things cost.
Yeah.
I haven't bought DVDs.
It'd be cool, like you guys are saying, it'd be cool for to have like a month or two, watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, all that stuff, and then once it's done.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not.
okay,
there's
cool.
no real.
Yeah, because there's no additional content coming out that I really want.
It's
It's just all a backlog, and then once you burn through it, there's nothing.
And then certain shows aren't on there too.
Yeah, especially that would have been. I don't know why they didn't do it.
I don't know
why they didn't do Game of Thrones.
That would have been the seller.
Because I feel like they can will charge you extra for Game of Thrones.
That's possibly.
And then be like, oh, people buy it. I don't know. Filming has begun on the new Goosebumps movie, named after the successful children's book series. Who do you guys think is playing R.L. Stine, guys?
I don't know what he looks like, and until 25 minutes ago, I didn't even know if it was a man or a woman. So,
give it a guess, Dean.
I'm gonna say Gwen Stefani.
It's a dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God.
James Earl Jones.
Jack Black. Ooh, Kung Fu Panda himself is playing R.L. Stine in this movie.
I was closer.
I was mad close.
Dude, you said a dude.
I said Gwen Stefani.
You said a dude who's kind of overweight, so I get
I was just gonna say. I said a dude who's overweight. That's way closer to Gwen Stefani.
Dude, we just talked about. Nah, it's not like that.
I was gonna say Ryan Gosling. I was gonna say Ryan Gosling.
Jack Black is the most non-scary guy ever.
I think it's supposed to have a little bit of comedy. Like all the Goosebumps books were never a serious. Story.
Is the movie gonna be about him writing the books? Because that'd be a good movie.
It focuses around him and his kids, and the plot's not fully revealed yet because it's still early. Obviously, they're still filming.
So it is about him writing the books.
No, maybe I don't know.
It's Goosebumps. It's called Goosebumps, but R.L. Stine is the main character, so it's got to be about him in the book.
Dude, this movie
this
movie could potentially be the best movie ever.
I think it's gonna be kind of
I feel like at best it's gonna be one of those movies that's just so corny that you have to love it. At best, I don't think it's gonna be a great movie.
No, I don't. Even...
What if it's about R.L. Stine just trying and
I think movies that have Nickelodeon's logo on it usually turn out bad.
Wait, this is a Nickelodeon movie?
Who has the rights to Goosebumps?
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
Because when Nickelodeon makes movies, you end up with Avatar, the mother Airbender, or Teenage Turtles, mother God.
Oh, I have to laugh so I don't cry.
What about Harriet the Spy?
Did you just say Harriet the mother?
That was a good movie.
Don't choke him. Don't.
Or Rugrats in Paris.
Shut the up. Neck on. Actually, Rugrats wasn't bad. I'm sorry, Devin. It's not your fault. I'm mad at you. Next on our news. Nintendo has announced a new Wii U bundle, only for Europe. Presumably it'll become North America eventually.
Presumably it's way better than anything we'll ever get.
Bringing together Mario Kart 8 and a 32GB Black Premium console. Nintendo has also confirmed 2 new Wii Remote Plus controllers will be available. The first is the Princess Peach theme remote, and the second is based off of Yoshi and comes in a green and white
Get the
shell.
f out! Why? Why Yoshi? I thought you were gonna say Luigi. I was mad hype that Teresa, we gotta get the Wii U, man. I'm Luigi, #1. Come on.
No one wants to
Yoshi.
be.
You want to be Luigi?
Yeah, who wants to be
Luigi's
Luigi?
a boss. Dude, I'm sorry. Gio, how baller is Luigi? Bam!
He's just asking some random guy over there.
Shut up, random dude we never met before.
Yeah,
I had to do
I
it.
told you not to talk, or else he gets the hose again.
Dude, Luigi is the man. If they release a Wii U, a Luigi bundle, and it's not even a bundle, it's like Luigi, it's just a Wii U that's green and it has Luigi on it. Yo, shit would sell like hot.
No, it won't.
Yes, it would.
Yoshi is more popular than Luigi.
No,
Question,
and then when
question,
you press it, and then when you turn it on, when you turn it on, it just says Luigi. That dude, it would sell so much.
Question.
Okay.
Do Luigi Mansions 2 sell well?
Because it was on the.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's move on.
No, whatever, guys.
Oh
Whatever. Luigi's #1.
No, I think it's like it's not like major news, and it's definitely not something, but it's kind of cool. Like to mix it up a little bit. Add some nice
I'd
stuff.
rather play with the Peach one than that Yoshi.
Yo, Yoshi's cool, man.
Don't be talking Yoshi.
Yo, why does Yoshi get no love?
Yeah, seriously. He's like, I love Luigi, but I don't like Yoshi.
He just carries your halfway across the level.
Get the out, Devin.
No, I don't care.
You don't get to be here anymore.
And you know Mario, yo, I hate Mario.
Well, everybody hates Mario. But Let's
Yeah.
continue.
He's oh man, just
Give him a new Smash and Smash Brothers, guys. Come on now. Step
oh, dude.
The Dragon Age Inquisition box art was revealed this week, and the character on the box appears gender neutral. This makes sense because in the game you can play as either gender. The creative director said, quote, an uncertain gender was absolutely intended. It's whoever you want to roll with, essentially, end quote. The game will release October 2nd. Guys, what do you guys think of the game's cover art?
So if the person on the cover to me is hot, should I be scared? Because I don't know if I'm straight or homosexual.
Man. Figure it out like Frank Ocean, man.
So, I wish they did what they did with Mass Effect and just made one console man, one console woman, and then they should have just made PC both.
Yeah.
You know,
Go ahead.
why didn't they just make it like the front a guy and the front the back, and just whatever we need to know on the back, like you know the crappy shit they say on the back cover.
Because
Like,
if you put the
All right,
woman...
name a game.
No, but if you put the woman on the back, like people would say that was sexist.
No, just either or. Just
No, but if you put the woman on the
He's saying the
front...
same thing as me, but just add the other person on the back.
Oh, okay. I mean...
yeah, because I would like that. Like I
That way
would have wanted female and male shepherd on one thing. I don't care if they're front or back. Matter of fact, put that cardboard thing so you don't know which one. Oh, you know, like,
Well, yeah. Game cases do that. They have the reversible.
yeah.
Oh, you do have the reversible
So
thing.
if you just did that, do what I said, but make it reversible.
Shadow
Everybody-
Colossus,
okay.
Ico HD remake was like that.
Yeah.
It was Ico on the front and it was Shadow Colossus on the back, and it didn't there was nothing to read, but it was
Yeah.
cool.
'Cause
You
nobody
know,
reads the back
you
of
know
the
what game you're getting.
Yeah. No, I'm actually gonna take this to like a little bit of a deeper level. It kind of bothers me when they have games where like you create your own person and you can choose your own gender. I like games that focus on characters.
Yes.
I like games that follow a specific person and tell a specific story.
Yeah, but Mass Effect does that, and you could do whatever
see,
gender.
Mass Effect did it. These games do it, but see, because it's gonna be like 2, and your character is actually voiced.
Mm-hmm.
In the first game, you got to name your character, but then you were Hawk. It was your last name, which is everyone called you. So
That's cool.
yeah, but they did it. As much as that game is not very great, they did that part of it well.
Yeah.
So in this one, you're the Inquisitor. So obviously everyone's going to you have high social status. You're above pretty much everybody. So everyone's obviously going to refer to you as Inquisitor. So who you are is malleable. It's more easily malleable than in these other games where you're a defined person. And I honestly like it again because you were Hawk and he had his own. It's like when you played Mass Effect. You have your good or evil options, but they're Shepard good and evil. It's like Dragon Age 2, it was good or evil, but it's Hawk's good or evil. In this, it's a bit more, cut. It's more direct, so you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to spell out more what you're gonna do rather than just knowing your character. It's like the older BioWare games, like Knights of the Old Republic. So your character is gonna be more completely defined by you, and I personally like it for these games because they do it well most of the time.
For that pet peeve that you have, Brian, that's probably a problem you're gonna run into a lot.
Oh no, because they do it a lot. Yeah,
playing
I mean,
RPGs.
I have that problem in certain games. I have that problem a lot in linear games nowadays. Like that's the one thing I don't like about Dishonored. I've recently replaying it, and I remember that 'cause the game is very like that's a great game.
Wait, I thought in Dishonored you play as
You
guy's
play
security
as
guard.
as Corvo at
Yeah.
Tenyo or something, but he doesn't say anything. You have speech options, but he doesn't talk.
Oh, that bothers me too.
Yeah.
It is too. Unless you're gonna do like a game like a Dark Souls where you're just like.
Does it bother you like Legend of Zelda though? Like,
no, because you're
it shouldn't in Legend of Zelda.
kind of. It does.
Because you know what the creator
Silent,
said?
well, okay.
They said, why does Link never talk? And he said, Link does talk. He says exactly what you're thinking. He said, have you ever talked to a person in Legend of Zelda and say, this guy looks weird to your head or to your friends? He said, that's what Link is thinking and that's what he's saying.
That's corny as
This guy
hell.
looks weird.
No, that's BS.
Yeah, that's some meta.
That's a BS
That's some
anime.
meta.
This is what I'm
No,
gonna say
dude,
about
that's
that.
genius.
Link is historically
Genius!
Link is historically a silent protagonist.
that and those games are very fun, kind of exploratory adventure games.
Yeah.
They don't have deep storylines. They're epics. They're very simple themes, and they're all about the world and exploring it.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect Crash Bandicoot to come on and like all of a sudden start talking and like, hey guys, what's up? Like that pissed me off.
But if he did, I want J. Earl Jones to voice him.
So like, you know, but if you're a game where you completely just don't have a story, like that's cool, like a Dark Souls where like a Dark Souls really doesn't have a story, like a Titanfall. You know, do what you want with the character. Like I don't care, be customizable. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna make like a game, and I'm not sure where Dragon Age is gonna go with it. What you said makes it seem like it doesn't really matter who you are. It's just the status that's important. And that's that's what defines your character. But like I don't know, I like games that are very linear and they focus on a character, and like you can build a really good character and not have your story be so deep, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, I definitely
Well, Brian,
agree.
for that like you're nitpicking at a whole genre.
I know. See, I definitely agree to an extent. I mean, everyone's got their preference, but because they did it with the first one, Dragon Age, like I would love kind of like a Commander Shepard, you know, in like the Dragon Age world, but that's not the precedent that they set with previous games, and I don't want it at this point. I've grown accustomed to how it is, and I like it.
Yeah,
that way.
they can't massively change it. That might upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
It might be in favor to some people, but
Wasn't the second game really crappy?
Yeah, but for other reasons.
Okay. Phil Spencer, who is the head of Xbox, said this week that Xbox is, quote, definitely in it to win it. And, quote again, we need to do more. That's 100% my focus. And he said he'll bring games to E3. So, like, someone asked him on Twitter, like, about it. He was like, oh, yeah, we're going to be bringing more games to E3 because obviously they got flack from focus on more entertainment last year at E3.
Yeah.
Guys, do you think he met with Ed Freeze before he did this?
Probably with that amazing wisdom right there.
I know.
That we have to try harder and do more to get ahead.
I think at the end of the day, anybody ever could have been doing more and focus on whatever they needed to focus on. Like, okay, Brian, you need to do more and you need to focus on whatever you do.
Yo, UPS man. Yo, you need to do more. Yo,
And
drive
focus
faster.
on
Drive
UPS.
faster. Focus 100%, man.
As stupid as all this is, it actually is kind of relevant because at least E3.
They do need to do more.
Last year's E3 was terrible in my opinion.
Oh,
for,
no.
for
Well,
Microsoft.
they have what was that fighting game, that horrible fighting game? It wasn't horrible, you know. what I'm
Killer
talking about.
Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is the big thing. And I definitely agree with Phil Spencer on this. He's bringing more games to E3 because when last year they had like Madden and 2K was like the big focus of their presentation.
Yeah, like a guy
It was
dribbling.
but it was just a focus on we gave these people enough money, so now they're our friends.
Yeah, like it was basically it's not games for the gamers. Basically, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
It was just them waving around their new partnerships.
This year, and like I've already said this, Xbox One has a better game library right now than PS4 does right out. If they come with some serious firepower at E3, they can potentially shift the console wars. And like I've said this, we talked about earlier. I'm sorry, we talked about earlier the Uncharted game being delayed. I thought Uncharted was going to come out big at E3.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, we're Uncharted. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen now. And PS4 still doesn't have the game that's going to sell consoles.
No. They don't have a really powerful exclusive.
They don't have a Titanfall in their stable.
They won't.
I knew Second Son was going to be good, but think about all the other Infamouses for PS3. They weren't ever as big as Uncharted or anything.
I learned, I've realized recently that a lot of people don't like Infamous.
They don't.
A lot of people, they seem to almost unfairly hate it.
Yeah.
As just like, kind of like you said, what were you talking about earlier where you said you don't know why you like it? Superman movie. Yeah. They don't know why they hate it. They can't name anything. But
I think it's because it's different. It's a very unique game in itself, I think.
Yeah, well, it has a lot of little aspects like the free running and stuff that is kind of an awkward game.
Mm-hmm.
But like if they would have if Cole or I forget the new guy's name. Delson. If that was just Sly Cooper, people would love the out of Infamous.
No, because a lot of people don't play Sly Cooper either.
Yeah, Sly Cooper's the least popular of
that's a niche game too. You know what I mean?
Of those.
Maybe that's just Sucker Punch. They have that problem. They don't know how to break out of that.
Well, I mean, they make.
And I thought this one would have done it.
They make niche games, and that's fine. Like, because this game was well reviewed at the same time. It's not for. It's one of those games that's not for everybody. So they don't have that big game anywhere on the horizon.
Do they have a game that's coming out this year that is big?
The Order 1886 is probably gonna get delayed at this point, and that was supposed to come out, and even that's not even.
No.
Yeah.
So,
I think Sucker Punch is always going to have that
unless
problem.
E3 gives us some goodness at the end of this year, it'll be next year with Metal Gear and possibly Uncharted towards the end of the year, but probably not. And
I'm scared
whatever they announce at E3.
Yeah.
I'm scared that Microsoft or Xbox One is like sweeping things under the rug until E3, and if they don't deliver, that means this guy was just talking. Like, just to talk.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think they got shocked really early on, and so I think this year, they're going to bring it. I think it's going to be really good. As a matter of fact, if I had to make a prediction, I would say Microsoft's E3 is going to be better than Sony's E3.
Of course it is.
And I think...
I mean, what's Sony going to show off? It's going to show off more things from Kingdom Hearts 3, but that's not only for PS4.
The ship is sinking. I might be hopping ship, guys. Xbox One, here I come!
Well,
he's lying. You can see it.
I'll never become a Microsoft fanboy. I'll always love Sony, but
but seriously though, at the end of the day, if there's nothing to play, what is there for me to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when next Sly Cooper comes out, depending on how the movie does, that might not be an exclusive. God only knows.
Yeah.
There's nothing like all the franchises I was playing.
Actually, who's making that movie? Do we know who's producing? Sony might be producing it.
Sony's producing it.
Yeah, so
Sony's producing it.
Even if it does well, they probably have some partnership with them.
Ratchet and Clank, no more Ratchet and Clank games really coming out.
Yep.
And even those fell off years ago.
Yeah. Naughty Dog now, you know how I feel about them. I don't know what they're gonna do going forward. So like,
yeah, Sony does seem to be.
E3 will be very interesting now that the consoles are released and they've kind of got over.
Yeah, now we got to see what they do.
They've got over the hype of it's new. Now you need to show me actual substance. They got the flash out of the way. Now substance comes in.
Yeah. Netflix announced this week that they may be raising the price of its streaming service for $1 or $2, but only for new customers. Aha! I already got Netflix. Woo! It says that existing users will stay at the same price for a generous time period. Oh, God, guys. What do you guys think?
I don't know how long generous time period is, but I mean, what is it now? Like $8 or something?
Yeah, it's something like that. $7.99.
I mean, $10 a month is still a really, 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 really good price for what you pay for all these movies and shows. So I wonder why they decided to do it, but I don't have any problem with that they did.
Yeah, it's so cheap at the end of the day.
Yeah. This is the first thing that they've done since they tried to, like, separate the two.
Yeah.
And, like, people weren't having that, so, you know.
What do you mean separate the two?
They tried to separate the mailing DVD service and the streaming service.
Oh, okay.
Make them two separate things. Most people I know had it streaming.
Yeah. Because who wants you to mail them DVDs?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the DVDs they mail you sometimes are newer. Like, they don't have them.
Yeah.
You know.
No one cares about that.
I mean,
and honestly, DVDs come out like a couple months after movies now, so.
Yeah.
And some things they take off the streaming, and it's only on DVD, and that pisses me off.
Okay, let's move on. Next on news. Codemasters has announced Grid Autosport for the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. The Codemasters community manager says the reason why the game is not next-gen is because they didn't want the game to be rushed. He said the game has 22 tracks, and the studio wouldn't have been able to put as many tracks in a next-gen game, and they're still trying to figure out the tech. They wanted to end last gen with a bang. What do you guys think of this game? I don't know if you guys play Grid at all.
I don't.
Is it a racing game?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew
Racing
that,
game.
but I don't play it.
Is it pretty good?
I mean, people like it.
I like that strategy. I wish that more people would kind of the companies that know that they're not gonna make a bunch more current gen should just make our last current gen game and then move to next gen.
Yeah,
Instead
these
of
guys
trying
are
to do
smart.
both and making your next gen suffer for the current gen.
Yeah, these guys.
Because there's gonna be games, but just you need to pick and choose.
Yeah.
You need to decide what's best for that game.
I agree. Unless you're like a sports title where you're going to sell
Well, yeah,
anything.
that's what I mean. Certain
Like,
games is just...
But if you're making a game like this, I think you should just focus on one generation.
Yeah, like we all know Watch Dogs could have been released for past gen back at its release date.
I don't know. We'll see how big the game is, and then I'll be able to... Is it coming out for last gen? I don't think it is.
Is it? I don't know.
It is. It's
I
coming out.
I know it comes out for what I have.
Watch Dogs is coming out for all gens.
Is it?
Except for Wii U.
PS1 Watch Dogs.
Except for Wii U. Wii U is actually months later, something like that. A live-action Barbie movie is in the works, and it's supposed to be a contemporary comedy with the writer of Sex and the City doing the script.
Oh, God.
Gwen Stefani is going to be Barbie.
Oh, Gwen Stefani's Barbie.
my
Gwen
God.
Stefani's R.L. Stein. I guess it's a great year to be Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani's making bank!
No Doubt came back, and then, yeah, nobody listened to him.
Why? What does Barbie doesn't have, as far as I know, doesn't have any continuity. There's no Barbie.
She has a dream house.
There's no Barbie lore. It's just she has a
Bar-
house.
yes,
and
there's
you
a Barbie
can-
lore.
she knows
She's an
karate.
astronaut. She's everything.
There's like 50. So is it different people named this?
No,
Who
it's the
was
same.
It's
the
all
same
one Barbie.
She
does it all.
She has 50 careers.
Yeah, Dean.
Dude,
She does what she
Barbie.
wants.
Barbie does it all.
Is she like an ancient immortal that you'll find out at the end of the movie is
You
like
know
an
what,
ancient
Dean?
evil that has
You know-
existed for thousands of years?
You know what, Dean? I think they need to take that writer off and put you on.
Of
Because that was
course.
great what you just said.
You know what it might be? It might be like that Tyra Banks movie where she was like the doll and she came to life. You guys remember that movie? It was like
Brian,
a Disney Channel movie.
Brian, no. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Disney Channel
God,
movie.
if that's it. God,
It might be
no.
like, okay, so basically in this, Tyra Banks is like a wannabe Barbie, and she becomes a real person because
Wait.
the daughter wishes it or something.
So is this movie live action or not?
It's live action.
Oh God. Yeah.
So she might start as a doll and become a real person
possibly.
and be like magic, and then have to I don't know.
And then
deal
she,
with, love
then she
and
was a little
I
girl,
just-
and then she went back to being a doll, but she taught the little girl how to be fabulous and accept
She
herself.
taught the little girl to be fabulous.
She did.
I don't know
It was in the plot
What
synopsis.
the hell this movie is gonna be about or like. All I know is that I don't care.
Okay, you know how? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the plot of the Barbie movie. You know how Adam and Eve supposedly wasn't the first female ever
Yeah,
created.
you're talking about Lilith.
Lilith. Barbie is Lilith, and
The
she's
ancient
immortal.
evil. Well, we're insulting someone somewhere.
no,
Okay.
it's Barbie,
Next on our news.
played by Nicolas Cage.
New details have emerged about the newest Age Inquisition game this week. I'm going to give you 4 concepts. It'll be multiple choice, and you guys have to tell me which one of these concepts you think is going to be the plot of the next game.
Okay.
A. Ace is framed for a crime, and you must play as his rival attorney to clear his name.
Objection.
Wait a minute.
You don't get to say that every time.
B. The game is set to go back in time more than a century and will star Phoenix Wright's ancestor.
Objection.
C. Aliens abduct Ace, and he is forced to prove the innocence of an alien prince.
That one is the right one.
Or D. All of the above.
All of the above.
Just because you have it, you always have to go with all of the above.
No, you guys are wrong. He's going back in time, and it's going to start Phoenix Wright's ancestor.
That's what I would have guessed if it wasn't for D.
Actually, I don't know.
You have to go back.
Dude,
wait,
if it was all of the above, that'd be amazing. The most amazing game in the
That's not
world.
even possible if it's all of the above. Because it would mean you go back in time.
How did he find the
his
back in
ancestor
time?
would get abducted, but then you wouldn't play as his ancestor because you'd play as his rival's ancestor.
Yeah, all of the above was impossible.
Yeah.
No. All the above is possible.
He is his own grandfather, and his rival is his cousin.
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Ace Attorney, they said he does this crime. And then his rival's trying to get him out and all this stuff. And then he finally gets out. Then aliens abduct him. And then he
basically just layered the story.
Yeah,
it's a long story.
So, but it's not all happening at the same time. It's like chapters.
Yeah, it's
of
chapters.
just a weird ass Ace Attorney game.
And then when he does it for the alien prince, it's like, oh yeah, you're cool in our book. How does he get the back in time tech? From the aliens. Then he goes back in time and does that stuff. And then they're riding motorcycles like
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, just
What is that? And then they're riding motorcycles and there's explosions.
Yeah.
Boobs.
Oh, and then it's the person back in the day that he's it's Ryu.
last time news.
Ryu.
Shut up.
The PS4 update 1.70, which we've been talking about for what feels like forever. now,
That's
they've
what I'm
been
talking
about
about.
this, is finally coming next week. This means that if you own a PS4, you'll be able to record gameplay onto external devices, which means our viewers at home will be getting more PS4 gameplay.
Huzzah.
You'll be able to use the new Share Factory tool to edit videos, which honestly look kind of like crappy.
No, it's gonna be great because games like
I thought you were about to say something real dumb.
Infamous games. They have the how they transition.
Yes.
Different games have different transitions. So Infamous Second Son, it has like the neon powers and the smoke powers. When you transition from scene to scene and edit it, you can choose it differently. And they were talking about how different developers can put the different transitions and stuff for the editing tools. And that could be a really cool
I
feature.
feel like that's an extremely insignificant thing when you're actually trying to edit, because then everyone has the same infamous transitions when they're trying to do these videos.
But nobody's gonna use them.
Damn, dude.
So there'll be one person.
What do you mean? All these people that make amateur YouTube videos are going to use them. It's gonna be
that's true.
it's gonna be like what you remember YouTube in 2006, Windows Movie Maker.
Oh my god.
That blue.
What are you
and
talking about?
white.
George Lucas uses the transitions from Windows Movie Maker.
Do you want to be George Lucas?
No, George Lucas.
Exactly.
And
Also, Spike Lee.
what? Spike Lee? Oh,
I second that.
Okay, no, never.
I second that. F*** Lee.
And preload games from the PlayStation Store before you play them, which is actually really cool.
Yeah.
So, like overall, like
Yeah, that's a really good update.
PS4 is on top, but for right now, because we don't know what Xbox One has for E3.
Xbox One's on top, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as far as like games and stuff, Xbox One.
As far as everything
I'm talking
else-
about with the tech. People.
Oh wait, do you mean recording HD, which you already could with Xbox One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on top. They have that.
Wait, do they have the editing tools on that? Because not everybody has laptops galore like us.
Motherfucker, you just upload directly to YouTube, but they don't
Yeah.
give a.
You just have it all sloppy, all hanging out.
They don't care, man.
I'm
I never watched Titanfall. Was like, yo, these are some goddamn great transitions, man. I'm loving this.
Transitions are great.
The proof of the PlayStation Store is honestly, I don't know if Xbox One has that or not, but I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, and so this will do it for our news and review. Remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page, and follow us on Twitter, which was out of order. I just realized that. But who cares?
Time to restart.
Time to restart. Who cares? Do it again. We're doing it live. And remember to come back to TrekGum.com for more news, reviews, and opinion pieces, including the inaugural article from our newest probationary member, Seth Malazan. Shout out to Seth at home. And Andrew Wagner's new War Vikings review. Just on.
Yay.
Woo!
I'm Luigi, #1.
Don't put that in there.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it big.